Please forgive me for this, but I sold my friend Inconvenient Man an ad space this week. As you know, a presidential race is underway and Inconvenient Man has decided to jump in the race. Go ahead, Inconvenient Man. Progress is happening everywhere. This is terrible. For example, I know many viewers of this very YouTube channel are having their dog's food automatically shipped to them from PetFlow, which means that they're also skipping traffic and waiting in lines. But don't you see? Waiting in lines and traffic is what this country was built on. That's why my campaign slogan is, Make America Wait Again. I'm calling for the restoration of doing things the old-fashioned way, which is why I'm happy to announce my candidacy for President of the United States. So don't go to petflow.com/ZachGeorge and definitely don't enter code ZACH30 to save $10 off your first 3 automatic shipments of your pet's food. And of course, that link is conveniently located in the description below. Welcome to another episode of Shelter Dog Training Revolution, where we pull a dog from a shelter, work with them a little bit to try to make them more adoptable. Tell me if you guys like this idea. Click thumbs up if you do, and of course, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram for daily dog training tips, live training sessions, and top secret news. If you're having issues with your dog, pick up a copy of my brand new book, Guide to a Well-Behaved Dog. I'll have a link below. Let's go inside and see what we can find. Bigfoot is one of my favorite kind of shelter dogs. He's a senior dog. Bigfoot's 9 years old. He spent the last year of his life living at the animal shelter. Bigfoot was relinquished because his last family just didn't want him anymore. And training and teaching a dog how to be more social and listen better can go a long way towards making them more adoptable and giving them the better life that they deserve. There are a lot of pros to getting an older dog. Oftentimes when you adopt an older dog, you don't have to deal with as many of the common puppy problems, and they're older and more settled and more mature. That doesn't mean they don't need training necessarily. When you think about the environment of many shelters, it can be a potentially stressful environment for many dogs. So I like to take that into account before I just start jumping into training a dog, and being very mindful of the fact that just moments ago that Bigfoot was in a shelter environment around lots of dogs. Nothing can quite compare to being out here with one person getting that one-on-one time. So we're gonna give him some time to adjust. I'm putting a long lead now on Bigfoot just to give him a little bit of a greater area to roam around and check everything out. Let's go see what's over here, Bigfoot. It's really important for dogs to get comfortable with and take in their new environment. They've got to appreciate all those smells and sights and the wind and all of those things. Those all affect your training. And if they're too focused on those things, then it's hard to connect with them. So better to let them get it out of their system and just take it all in. Hey, what's this? Oh, look at that, guys. All right, so that's an encouraging sign. As far as I know, Bigfoot's never been here before and he's playing with a tug toy. What's the significance of getting him to play with a toy? Well, his mindset appears to be pretty happy and optimistic and excited right now. He's focused on me because I've got the toy. Those are 2 really important things when you're training a dog. I'm gonna make the toy boring and see if he lets go. Yes, drop it. Kind of an accidental let go, but notice I'm gonna give him the toy right back. So we've done a little bit of playing with Bigfoot. We've let him explore a little bit. I think it's time to see what he can do. I'm getting him to take a treat from me, let him know, look, I'm good. I give you good stuff. Does he know a sit? Not a bad start. I love it. Sit. How about a down? Oh, good job, buddy. That's great. Now let's see what happens if I say down. See, he's confused when I point to the ground. If I lure him, that's great. But look, I gotta bend over here and hunch down. Maybe I don't wanna do that. So let's see if we can teach Bigfoot to lie down while I stand up. The way to do that, rather than just luring him like I did, I'm gonna do like a half lure. I'm not gonna go down quite as far. Down. Very good. So that way I was only down halfway, and we'll bring him into an up just by luring him there. Good job. Do you see the difference though from here? Listens very readily when I do it just like that as compared to down. See that? Completely different. We're only a couple of inches away. That's how nuanced your communication can be. I'd like to see if we can improve on that real quick. He's a sharp dog. You can see just working through that a little bit with him, going a couple of times, showing him exactly what you mean. It's a good way to improve communication and broaden their view of you. And by that, I mean, if you can really get your dog to focus on you in a variety of different contexts, it really helps to broaden your communication with them. Let's work on stay now and see how he does. Let me give him a hand signal with stay, see if we can get him to stay for 5 seconds. Stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Works for me. Let's see what happens when I walk away though. Stay. Okay, come on. Let's go, get over here. And look, come when called. He's really a smart boy. He's doing so well. It's really important that our dogs know how to stay and how to come when we call them. I think as long as his new family continues to work with him on his basic obedience, that should be looking good. But I did notice that before he was pulling on the leash quite a bit. I'm gonna switch back to a regular leash and let's see how he does on his leash walking skills. Leash skills are incredibly important for dogs, especially a big, strong dog like Bigfoot. You want him to be very obedient on leash. So I've got his currency. I'm using good treats today. The way I like to start a leash training session is really just by going back and forth and rewarding liberally when he pays attention to me. And so you can see there, every time he's pulling ahead, I'm just encouraging him to come back. And part of the reason he's doing so well is because he's been out here, we've been doing training, he's gotten a little bit of exercise. That sometimes is all you need to get a compliant dog. Bigfoot is a perfect example of how shelter dogs can be just fantastic dogs. I mean, straight out of the shelter. He's been there a year. His other family didn't want him. I've spent, what, an hour with him? And he's doing fantastic on his training. Click thumbs up for Bigfoot. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I'm gonna have Bigfoot's information in the description. Consider adopting him. And if not him, check your local pound, shelter, or rescue group for the best dog ever. If you enjoy videos like this, consider supporting us on Patreon as well. Your funds go towards helping us make more videos like this. Follow me on Instagram. I do daily training tips, live training sessions, and I'll share upcoming breaking news with you. Get my brand new book, Guide to a Well-Behaved Dog. I'll have that link in the description. We'll see you guys next time. Good job, buddy.